Hey Solstice fam, my name is Lindsay and I'm the yoga teacher at the studio, and I'm brand new to the community as of late fall. And so I wanted to just kind of make a little video on kind of who I am and my journey into yoga and why it's something that is a huge part of my life and has been for a very long time. My very first experience with yoga was 17 years ago. It was at a gym, like proper gym, and they had just like some fitness classes and stuff like that. So I decided to try out the yoga. It was part of my membership. And I did really fall in love with the physical aspect of it. But what I didn't know at that time was that was just like, it wasn't even really yoga. It was just the postures and the strength from those. Thankfully, it still did catch me and I kind of couldn't resist. So when we moved, I ended up like right around the corner from a proper yoga studio. And my very first class, the teacher brought in a little snippet from the Yoga Sutras, some yoga philosophy into practice, and sort of built out a class based on that. And it just like positively blew my mind. I was like, wow, okay, so there's actually a ton more to this whole yoga thing. Like it just piqued my curiosity like crazy, and I was all in, and very thankful for that teacher and studio to kind of give me that curiosity. And then fast forward, obviously a lot of years, I'm still doing it. So why have I stuck with yoga for all these years? It's a pretty long list, honestly, but I'll kind of give you like some of the highlights, which are actually probably more like the lowlights, because my practice really supports me in when life feels real heavy and hard, and that's why I have just stuck with it forever, because it's really given me a lot of those tools. Probably the biggest one in the very beginning was insomnia. I had pretty rank debilitating insomnia, and thankfully having the support of my teachers, my practice, and even also my doctor helping me to get off of sleeping pills, I now just manage it strictly through the awarenesses and tools and things like that I have in my tool chest thanks to my practice, which is huge. It obviously helps out managing stress, because stress is a big contributor for me anyways. And just generally, like when my mind starts going crazy and all those unhealthy thought processes and stuff like that we can kind of get ourselves stuck into sometimes, it's definitely been a big support and given me a lot of tools to work through those things. It's also given me a lot of physical strength, not just like mental strength, but literally physical strength. Yoga it has quite a spectrum of lineages, and building strength in my upper body was not something that's ever come easy to me, and I honestly haven't had a lot of time to do anything kind of outside my yoga practice, but I've still built a ton of strength through my upper body. One of my favorite things, one of the benefits or bonuses, I guess, as a result of that is just like, I love sledding. My husband and I, we like sledding. We moved up this way for that reason, because there tends to be a lot more snow, and just being able to like smash snow all day long with the boys and not be tired and just like, you know, have a really great time is honestly probably my favorite benefit about the whole thing, which is maybe not something most people would associate with a yoga practice. I've also had kind of historically a lot of digestion issues. Things were pretty bad at one time, and the awarenesses and tools and stuff like that from my practice has helped me really sort of isolate what things were causing problems, what things make my energy crappy, even like what make my mental health crappy if I don't start eating really good. So it's actually helped me immensely for managing what I eat and putting only good things in my body, because really I just only want to feel good, and becoming very attuned with that. Eventually in 2017, I did decide to take my yoga teacher training. So I went to Nepal, I did my 200-hour, and I chose at that time I really wanted like a traditional style yoga experience. I had been doing or practicing with Western teachers for a very long time, and so I kind of really wanted to go back to sort of where yoga was born. And so I did a Hatha Ashtanga teacher training. So those are two very traditional lineages, and I'm still absolutely like so happy that I made that decision. It just gave me such a different perspective, and maybe like more of a holistic perspective as to where the practices come from, where it is now, and sort of bringing that together to fit sort of our current lifestyles. I practice in and teach a pretty broad spectrum of lineages, because I do very fully believe that we're not one-sided. We're not, you know, always stressed out. We're not always tired. We're not, you know, energetic. We're not like, there's just such a spectrum of where we are. We sort of ride this like wave, and we need a practice that's going to sort of meet us at all of those different stages. And so sort of going from really passive, relaxing yoga, so restorative yoga, yin yoga, chair yoga, and then I did hatha ashtanga for my training, also vinyasa style practice, and then just like any courses that I can drop into, from philosophy to Ayurveda, which is like the sister science of yoga, also one of the things that helped me move through some of my digestive issues. Yeah, it's been a pretty all-encompassing exploration, and I bring a lot of it into all of my classes. I maybe don't necessarily teach super traditional yin style or vinyasa or any of those things, because I like to sort of bring in maybe what's needed more to the particular class that I happen to be teaching, instead of just like sticking to like, this is how it's supposed to be traditionally. My favorite style of practice, definitely the one that I probably do the most, would be like a creative flow style vinyasa. I just like to get on my mat. I just like to flow. I just like to move, breathe, build sweat. Like that's probably like my go-to most of the time. And so I hope that this has maybe piqued a little bit of your curiosity of what yoga might be able to do for you, giving you maybe some reasons to come in and explore some of the classes that we have being offered. You will see me on a schedule a few times a week with workshops and stuff like that, continuously sort of popping up as we go. And I really, really want to thank the community, for each and every one of you, for welcoming me, and especially Paige for following her dream and creating this space. When I moved, I kind of thought I was maybe leaving behind teaching for a while. And then within like a little over a month of us moving already, I was back to like getting to teach. And it was just like, I just sort of felt like I settled right back into myself, because teaching and practicing are equally as therapeutic in their own ways, and I definitely need both of them in my life. So thank you to each of you who have come and shared and experienced classes and are just supporting the space in general. I am always here if you have any questions at all, so please feel free to send me a message. We can chat about it. I'm going to try and make lots of little tutorial videos on all of your wonderful questions and stuff like that that come up. So I hope I get to see you guys in the future, and have an amazing rest of your day.